Welcome to another edition of Tom's Real Food Podcast. Today's podcast is brought to you by Tommy Spice. Spice up your life with some Tommy Spice. Today's topic on the podcast is keto clean eating. And also, don't forget, every Saturday, tune in to Meg's Mysteries on YouTube at Meg's Mysteries. Also, this Wednesday, Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook, is going to be another part of today's podcast. Let's go to the podcast. Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook. Today on Tom's Real Food Podcast, we're going to be discussing confusion as far as diets and keto and why there are so many different things, and is it just clickbait? Can people really be helped on YouTube about getting their health back and stuff? So, hey, how you like to do, huh? It is hot out here in Las Vegas. So, by the way, I took last week off for Memorial Day, and we just didn't do nothing. We just hung out at the house and just trying to get my research up, and I'm changing my ways. I'm going back to the beginning. I'm going to go back to when I first started, doing keto. There's so many different, there's so much disinformation out there that it is very confusing for people. I've been doing this probably 7 years, on YouTube 6, okay? And I can see how it is confusing. Did you know that they come up with, it's insane. They come up with another, I guess a diet. I don't know. It don't make sense to me, but it's called the sugar diet, all right? The sugar fasting diet, I believe what it's called. Now, for somebody that is overweight and really fighting this addiction about sugar and high carbs, which to me is right up there with alcoholism, right up there with drug abuse, and also with smoking. It is a hard habit to quit, okay? The basis behind keto, all right, is to get satisfied, fill up, all right? And the way you do that is with high saturated fat, clean fats, all right, to get you full. All right, that's the whole idea behind it. So you get yourself going from 3 meals a day down to 2, down to 1, to where when you eat, you don't want to think about food anymore. You can go on with your life. I was at that point. I actually got my blood numbers down, my sugar numbers down. So there's 2 ways to look at this right here. So number one, if you are just looking to lose weight, all right, there are, again, they started out with the ketogenic lifestyle, okay, and then it went to, you could use dirty keto, all right, then you can just watch net carbs, all right, just use net carbs with that. That was another, I'm calling them excuses, okay, because once you get to the point where you do clean keto, eat the way I eat, or the way I cook, it's all clean. There's no additives. There's nothing. Nothing from a box. I run from that. Canned goods. I'm not a big canned good guy. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything like that. But to me, it seems like they're cooked, overcooked, and then you're cooking them again. So I don't. That's just me, okay? And I might get some heat from it, but that's me. All right. The other thing is, if you're a type 2 diabetic. Now, this is where I excelled in the beginning with it, and the sugar addiction had me. The high carbs had me. They still have me. This thing is very, very hard. It's long term, and a lot of people fail. So what they do is they'll go to the next fastest thing or the next trending thing, okay, which came in, was carnivore. Now, I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just saying what's good for me, and I want you to be aware, because a lot of videos that you watch here on YouTube, especially for the keto lifestyle, carnivore, even low carb, it's a lot of clickbait. You see these guys on carnivore, I can't do it no more, and it's just, to me, you don't see him cook. Let's put it that way. So to me, it's just get the clicks, like, subscribe, and join me next week. And I'm going to tell you how I did for the week, what I ate for the week. If you're on carnivore, you're eating meat. So, there you go. Plain and simple. Once in a while, I will If lately, okay, if I've with my other channels, if I'm tasting breads and stuff, I'm telling you right now, I'm hurting. My bones, my joints, everything are really hurting because I went off track, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. That's what this is all about. For me to explain to you, I'm not higher than anybody else or whatever. My channel, I cook very clean. But then I have also a couple other channels where I'm making pizza dough and making pizza and stuff like that. But that's to show people or teach people how to cook other foods that don't have a problem. But then it dawned on me, okay, I'm not going to give up my other channels and stuff. But how long did it take me, okay, to get from back 25, 30, 30, 40 years ago, okay, to get to the point where I said I had enough, all right? The bottom line was that I abused I abused myself on comfort food. I abused myself with sugars, desserts, and stuff to the point where you start running into trouble. Now, I'm not bashing doctors again, not at all. Okay, but they soon as you walk, soon as you walk into the room and they see you're a fat guy, okay, you can see the wheels starting to spin. All of a sudden, they mark you as obese. Um, they mark you as heart problems, potentially being type 2 diabetic. Like I said, and then all they want you to go and have a stress test and put you through this gauntlet that they have, and it's all predisposed. I mean, they see it as soon as you walk through the door. Okay, walk you down, like I say, down the hallway, put you on a scale, walk you back up, and do your blood pressure right away. And say, oh, you got high blood pressure. Well, I'm afraid for you, and this and that. So there again, not bashing doctors or anything else like that. But once I started doing keto pretty heavily, I really got into it, and I started feeling good. I mean, I went from I think it was 340, okay, and I lost at the first time I think it was close to 60 some pounds. Overall, I'm down 72, but I gained a couple pounds back right now. Okay, so I got myself probably in the realm of gaining 10 pounds back. Now that's on me. All right, I'm not blaming nobody else but me, right here. All right, and that poor me. Why can't I have it? And this and that. That's a problem. But getting back to this clickbait stuff and the sugar diet, really. But if you go and you watch some of this stuff, all right, these guys are ripped. So you see them in the gym and this and that, and they do a sugar fast. And I believe it was Dr. Paul Sardino. I think his name popped up in here, and he talked about this a year or two ago, or even longer, because he went to keto and then he went to carnivore, and then all of a sudden quit, and then started introducing honey back into his life, and fruits and stuff like that, and they started talking about the sugar. So this thing snowballed. Okay, so this is another step. Okay, and they're starting to talk about keto's no good. Also carnivore. You can only go so far with carnivore, and but this is really helping, and people are losing weight. Now, clickbait. This is what I'm talking about as far as clickbait. So now you got people starting to say, I stalled on carnivore. I got to the certain point where I can't do no more. Keto, forget about it, because I don't want to introduce no more vegetables into my life. And I don't know. I tried the fat bombs, and I made all the keto stuff, and I was eating keto bread. Well, that's the downfall right there. Got to eat clean eating, okay? And then you do hit a wall, okay? How much weight do you want to lose? This is the problem. Or if you have type 2 diabetes, all of a sudden you hit a wall with that also, where your numbers don't go back down again. Well, in my experience, all right, now this is just me. I'm not a doctor, not a scientist. We got to get that cleared up. But in my experience, when I was eating clean, when I was really into it, I went from the stage where I went from eating 3 meals a day, a couple snacks here and there, and once I got into the routine, I was full. I don't want to eat no more. I'm pretty good, but the weight I didn't really worry about because I knew it was going to come off. I knew that was going to happen. But my metabolic problems, type 2 diabetes, I would get headaches. Unbelievable. My joints were, I would get flare ups so bad if I introduced some stuff that I thought were keto. There again, clickbait. Monk fruit's fine. You can have stevia. You can do, all this different stuff that I learned over the years affected me. Now it may not affect everybody else, but it affected me. So here's a problem. The food pyramid. I mean, there is. Watch this right here. So I mean, the food pyramids went from the basic, as you see right here, and then all of a sudden, there's a food pyramid for just about every walk of life. It's insane. This is what I'm talking about, confusion. People will turn around and say, "Oh, this is bullshit." Guess what? I'm going back. I'm going to have crackers and Oreos and stuff like that. Excuse me. Then you have other people out there who test the Oreo diet. I mean, get the hell out of here. All right. If you have metabolic problems, if you have type 2 diabetes and stuff, you cannot have that stuff. Keto clean eating is the way to go. And what I mean by that is fatty cuts of meat, okay, chicken. Now, if you're going to eat chicken, all right, I just watched a thing not too long ago. Now they're starting to say that the chicken breasts, I don't understand this. The chicken breast, okay, is causes people over 60 to start to have problems as far as I'm confused about what they were talking about because they talk in circles. And they were saying for people over 60 to eat more leg, darker meat, leg and thigh meat, okay, rather than using the chicken breast. I mean, it's getting nuts. It's getting completely crazy. You don't know who to believe. You don't know what to do. So here's my suggestion. Look at these different pyramids that I'm putting up. There's a Texas pyramid. I mean, I don't understand it. So confusion. Yes, everybody gets confused. The worst part of it is if you do have type 2 diabetes or if you do have a problem. Let me take a drink here. Well, if you do have a problem, your doctor all of a sudden tells you you're pre-diabetic. Well, I had a doctor tell me one flat out. He said, you know what? There's no pre-diabetes. You are diabetic. All right. If your numbers are up over the certain number, and that's the other confusing thing. What is the number? What is the proper number? We went to the doctor a couple weeks ago, and they did my blood pressure. First, like I said, they give you to walk down to the scale, get on a scale, okay, and you watch the eye roll, and then they walk you back up. Now, they want Marie to come in with me all the time now, because I don't know, I tell them what it is. So they said it's better if we do you at both of these at the same time. There is nothing wrong with Marie. There is nothing. All right. So they deal with me first. Did my blood pressure. It's a little high. Okay. Well, what do you mean high? Well, it was 140 over 89 or something to that effect. Okay. Yeah, that's. I go between 129 and 139, so I'm good with that. Well, that's high. Well, no, it's not. In my eyes, it's not. So when you push back with them, they get a little touchy with you. So the confusion is they want me to do blood work, and I said, "Oh, I'm doing keto," and the numbers are going to be high. I mean, as far as my cholesterol, my LDL, HDL. HDL is pretty good. Anyway, the point is that it's like yin and yang. So the confusion starts when you go to the doctor. Then when you tell him you're on keto, you see the eye roll again. All right. Well, that explains That explains your high cholesterol numbers. Well, we're not here talking about my cholesterol. I'm talking about my diabetes, okay? And the problem I have with the doctor, I says, why is it that every time I come to see you people, why don't you ever ask me about what I eat or what did I eat today? You don't say that because you're not looking. You're looking to push pills. All right, I'm not getting on a rant with this one. So we're fighting everything, and it's so confusing. Trying to get serious and watch something on YouTube and come up with a sugar diet. Wow, 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 wow! It's nuts. Also, what else I'm going to talk about? So, the price of food, right? Meats are up there, and I laugh because people talk about the price of eggs. Well, they're down. Well, no, they're still up from what they were. Okay, so from a year ago, I've been saying this. Watch out, eggs are going up. Egg prices are creeping up. So from back in the day, maybe a year ago, maybe about a year ago, from $2.99 for a dozen eggs. Okay, now they're $6.99. That's up. I don't care what anybody says. That's up. They're not going back to where the original were. I say this all the time. Also, meat prices are the same way. So now you got to pick and choose your battles. So this week's video is I'm freezer diving. I'm picking out stuff that I had in the freezer and we're starting to use that. I'm backing away from purchasing it, and I'm using up what I have. If I see something on sale, I'll get it. Now, when I get to the point where I'm getting really low, I'll turn to chicken legs and thighs. I got to research this thing a little bit more about the chicken breast, which sounds completely nuts to me. But now, different types of meats and stuff that I'm going to be doing for the summer. Also, I'm going to be spotlighting Monument Grills. I'm going to be cooking on that little G22 out on a balcony, and I'm going to do different things other than hot dogs and hamburgers. That's the other thing. Prices of hot dogs went through the roof. Now, I personally don't eat a lot of hot dogs. I haven't had a hot dog in, I don't know, months. All right, and if I do, I will get the all natural, not cured, all natural hot dog in a natural casing. They're expensive. They've been expensive, but that's if I feel like having a hot dog, that's what I'll have. Excuse me, man, allergies are crazy. So, with that said, the whole thing is going to get into a little bit more vegetables, cooking them up different ways. On my other channel, my newer channel, I did fried eggplant. Okay, but I cut them like French fries, and I got to tell you what, they were fantastic. Roll them around a little bit in some pork rinds, okay, and do it that way. Big game changer. If you just do things lightly, all right. If you go somewhere and people making hamburgers and hot dogs, you have the bun. I mean, don't get yourself into a tizzy that you can't have it. All right. If you see an opportunity to not have the bun, well, do that. I'm not telling you to, but the whole process is try to eat as clean as you can. Stay away from anything in a box and stuff like that. That's the same old preach that I give over and over again. But don't get confused. I mean, it's nuts just watching these different channels and what to do. There are a few people out there. One lady I just seen the other day. I can't remember the name of the channel. Her and her husband started keto. I think it's something about 60, over 60. What to eat at 60 or something. And I'm not pushing for older people. I want everybody to get on the bandwagon here because we are actually killing ourselves. The pyramids, there again here. I mean, so many different types of the different pyramids. It's scary. Okay, FDA. As soon as they see FDA on there, it's an official thing. It's all bullcrap. I mean, just completely confusing. I don't know what else to say about it, but the confusion part is eat clean. Keto, clean eating, like I said. Watch my channel. I don't preach. I just tell you, I just did this one here with green beans. Now, green beans, they have a 3 or 4 different places I looked for the carb count on it, and each one was different. So what is it? All right, who's right and who's wrong? That's where you got to start making your own judgments. All right, read labels. I always said in the beginning, be a label reader. And throughout the summer, click on right here, Tom Garver, the Keto Cook, and watch different ways I'm doing it. I'm not selling anything. All right, I'm not preaching to nobody. I'm not crying the blues. Oh, I can't lose weight, or I fell down and now I'm trying to get back on it again. And people think I'm going on a sugar diet. Bullshit. Sorry, it's all bullshit. So I'm not going to go too much longer with this. Don't get confused. Use your head. The greener, the better. Okay. Google how many carbs are in green beans. I mean, and we know for a fact that if you turn around and try different types of vegetables, use your head with it as far as what the carb count is. So you can turn around and here we go. Let's try this. Very simple. Google. Hey, Google. Remember them? What is the carb count on broccoli? 6 grams. Total 6 grams. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. So, I mean, it's very simple. So, 1 cup, okay, can't go wrong. Carrots, higher in sugar. But if you minimize of how much you're using of it, you're okay. In the beginning, I would stay away from potatoes, sweet potatoes. They are the highest. Make yourself a chart and see what the carb count is from potatoes, your favorite stuff, and then you can start eliminating. All right, taking it off your list, and now you know what to cook. Make it nice and light, greener vegetables. Don't forget, if you could take lettuce, okay, romaine lettuce, cut it up, saute it in the pan with some garlic and olive oil. It's fantastic, okay, to go along with a meal. Watch your budget. Watch the meat prices. If you can't afford it, don't get it. Use something else. Go down the line. Get a tougher cut of meat. This Wednesday's video, you're going to see, I took an eye round, butchered it up, sliced it up. It was fantastic. Was it chewy? A little bit. Not too bad. Okay, made nice gravy with it. All keto friendly. Can't go wrong. All right, everybody, listen. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And next Monday, we'll be back with another podcast.